Hey everyone, Michelle Galnet here with Past and Present Presents. Today I'm going to be doing a short tutorial on how to create your own ruffle pumpkin using the Dollar Tree wire frame. Pumpkin frame from Dollar Tree. You're going to need one of those. You're going to need your wire cutters. You're going to need either scissors or rotary cutter. You're definitely going to need your glue gun. You are going to need 75 half pieces. So you're going to have your pipe cleaner, and we're going to cut these all in half just like this, and you need 75 of these small pieces. Then you are going to need, I'm using both my burlap is going to be tight weave burlap. I find this is best to use this kind of burlap just because the other ones have the see-through, and we don't want to see through the holes. We want as much coverage as possible. So I'm going to be using this buffalo check, excuse me, and also this cream. Now these are cut 5.5 inches from seam to seam and then 10 inches long. So you're going to need 75 pieces of these as well. Whichever one you want your dominant color to be, that is what you're going to be doing. That's what you're going to be using. So I have these 2 pieces left that I have to cut. Okay, we'll do that. And next but not least, my friend Charlene, she makes these little stem covers for me. They're perfect. You just slip them on. You just slip them on your pumpkin stem. You can move them to the right, move them to the left, whichever. So we're going to glue this down later. And if anybody is interested in purchasing these, just shoot me a private message and I'll get back to you. So what we're going to do next is we are going to move this out of the way. I'm just going to show you basically what you're going to do with your burlap. Now, it doesn't matter, you see how you have the starting stitch? It doesn't matter if you keep that or not, because we're going to show you what to do. So right now, I just push mine down to 30. My mat is a 36-inch mat. So this rotary cutter is from Dollar Tree. This rotary cutter is actually amazing. If you can't afford the Fiskars one, I have this. I tend to use this a lot more because the blade on this is, I just absolutely love it. So it's only $1.25, and I think I have like a handful of these ones now. So I'm going to show you how easily this cuts. Just like that. And this is the tight weave, so it's a little bit thicker than the other stuff. So you're just going to cut your 10 inches. You're just going to pile them up. And I normally use 4 rolls. So I use 3 rolls of my buffalo check, and then I'm going to use 1 roll of this. If I have some left over, that's okay. I can use it for a different project. And I'll just show you a couple of times. But when you cut this, if you're using a rotary cutter, you definitely want to have something underneath. You don't want to just use the rotary cutter on your table. Okay? And if you guys can like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. Trying to get to 1,000 followers. Okay, so when you have 75 pieces in total, you're going to start decorating your pumpkin. So I'm going to finish cutting this and I shall return. Okay, I'm back. So I cut all my pieces. Now the reason why I'm doing 2 different pieces, 2 different colors, is because my other color that I was going to do, I didn't have enough pieces. So I had to add the cream to it. So it matches perfectly. This is cream, this is cream. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get all of our pieces done. So what that means is This is just going to be the tedious part of what you're going to be doing. You're going to turn your piece of burlap the long ways, facing you. You're just going to scrunch it directly up the middle. Now you can have your measurement underneath if you need help. And it's basically just going to look like a little bow tie. Just like that. You can see it. It'll come down. It's going to look just like that. Little bow tie. You're going to take your half piece of pipe cleaner. Now it doesn't matter what side you put your pipe cleaner on, because this is of course a double-sided because it's a solid color. And you're just going to put it right in the middle, and you're just going to make this really tight. Okay, and this is what it's going to look like right now. And then you just put it to the side, and you do that 74 more times. Some of you might need more, some of you might need less, depending on how you'd like to situate your petals. So all I do is I try to get this centerpiece as flat as possible. And then I just push down. Now it doesn't matter. See how this one has a little bit less up than the bottom does? It really doesn't matter, because when we look at it while we're putting it on the pumpkin, we can always adjust it, and you'll see what I mean. You just don't want all of them to look like this, but you want most of them to be even. So I'll show you how to do it. It's literally the same thing in your pattern one, but I'm going to show you how to do this. Now see this one? Because I am right-handed, I wouldn't do it this way, because I put my pipe cleaner on with my left hand. So what you're going to do is, if you have the pattern on the top, you're going to scrunch, you're going to put your pattern face down. And you're going to scrunch it up. Because when we attach it to the pumpkin, we want our pattern to show, right? If I can get my pipe cleaner on. Okay, then you take it as tight as possible. Okay, and I just go around a few times until I'm comfortable with it. And then there you go. Because then once we put it on the pumpkin, this is going to be your back. So the same thing. You have your pattern face down. And you're just going to scrunch up the center. And what's easy, this buffalo check, this is actually, the center is actually the black part. So that makes it super easy. And you want to try to get your pipe cleaners as even as you can. On both sides, just because when you put it on the pumpkin, you really don't want too much of a, because you got to twist a lot on your pumpkin as well. Same way you twist here is the same way you're gonna twist on your pumpkin. But I'm gonna do this how many more times? 71 more times, and I shall return. Okay, now I'm just came back just because I wanted to show you. This is the end piece of my burlap when I cut it. This is okay. It doesn't really matter, because all you're going to do is you're still going to just scrunch it right up. And it's still going to work. You put your pipe cleaner in. And twist. Okay, so still works. Hey everyone, so when I was cutting the burlap, I forgot to mention, when you cut burlap, you are to, I want you to wear a mask of some sort, just because look at all these fibers. These are all on my mat. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in because then it itches. You start going like that all the time, and we don't want that. So make sure you're wearing a mask when you do this step, okay? Okay, now we're back. Now we're going to start out, and what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever pattern you want to start off with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of this, the buffalo check, and then I think I'm going to do some of the top as the cream. So here we're going to start out. I have all my pieces already pre-done. What you're going to do is when you're attaching, you see how you have them this way and you have them, you can put them this way. We're going to put them on this way. So your seam is going to be on the top and on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this side first. We're going to go right down to the edge. Right there. I'm going to overlap it. So I'm going to go right through this, the second hole of the pumpkin, and I'm staying on the outside, and then we're going to flip this over. Okay. And we're going to get it as tight as possible. Okay. So your petal's going to look just like this, up and down. Now I'm going to turn mine over like this because I want, this one looks like it's longer. So it's going to look just like that. I'm going to undo this. Since I moved it, I'm going to make it a little bit tighter. Now what I do is I just twist it a little bit more, and then I take my wire cutters and I cut it. I don't cut it too short just in case it ever pulls off, somebody ever touches it and yanks it. So what I do next is I curl it over, and this is just the bottom pieces that I do this. I'm going to curl this over this just because we don't want it to move. So what I do next is I take my hot glue gun and I just put a dab right there and a dab right on this side, just because we don't want these ones going back and forth. So that is what your petals are going to look like. They're going to just be up and down. Next, you're going to go to the next row. So this one, your outsides really don't get one until we start going up. So the same thing, I just put mine face down, and when you're putting them on top of each other, you're going to stay in the same direction, and you're going to keep going, and this, your second petal, the petal that you put on after the petal before, is going to go on top, okay? Let me move it over. So the same thing. We're going to go in through this, the left side, come under the bottom. Make sure your seam is on the top and your seam is on the bottom. And we're going to twist. Cut. Remember, you want to keep these long enough so you can twist it around on that part. And next, glue, glue, because we don't want them to move. So you're going to keep going, keep doing the same thing, over and over. Right through, as you can see, just doing the same thing over and over. It's just, now it's just going to get repetitive. So your bottom row is going to have 6. Now my hand is falling off. Just dab. See how I'm looking at them? I'm looking to make sure, because if they're uneven, this one is actually really even, so it doesn't really matter. So same thing, we're going to keep going. Now this is just, like I said, this is a repetitive action that we're going to keep doing until it's filled up. And I'll turn it over and adjust them once I have the full row on. My finger just went in that. Off my stand. Okay, last one we're going to put on. Same thing as the beginning one. Nope, I wanted that one. Nope, I want it. Which way do I want this? Yeah. Not super glue. Oh my gosh. Why are you not pushing through? Is my glue sticking? Yeah. Okay. So, this is what your bottom is going to look like. See? That's how you get your ruffles. Oh, this one turned. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start at the same side that we started with, which is going to be right here. Well, it's going to be on this side. Sorry. And you're just going to do the same thing. Now this one you're going to put here. Oh, I'm going to have to work from this end. Now make sure that your pieces are open when you're putting these on. Now I don't put glue on anymore until I am absolutely sure where they're going to be placed. So I probably won't put glue on for a while. Okay, because we have to move them. So now what we're going to do for this is we're going to pull, see how it has more of a thing? We're going to pull this down and we're going to just keep bunching them all together. Okay? Because we want to hide, see these? We want to hide these. So the next one that I put on top of this, I'll hide this and it'll keep going just like that. So we just did this one. So basically the bottom row will have 2, 4, 6, 7, we'll have 8 because once we push it down, it'll fill in this one. So then the bottom row will have 8, but you don't want to start on this outside row. You want to start on the second to inside. And then the same thing, we're going to put it up. And make sure your top leaf is always over the bottom row. Now these ones you want to give it a little bit more because these ones you're not tucking. You're just cutting these ones. So now what I do is I bring it down. Right here. Oh wait, I forgot to do this one again. Sorry. You put 2 on the outside. Not bad. I'm like, why isn't it covering it? So then you put this one on the bottom row, and then you put another one on top of it before you do this one. And you're not in frame. Sorry. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to push this one up like we didn't even do it. We're going to pull this one down on top of this one. Oh, let me see if you can. That's a better view. Yeah, that's a better view. Okay, then we're going to take this one back, bring it back down. And it's kind of difficult to try to get it situated when you start off just because they're all going to move. Okay, now what we're going to do is see how we have this all going on top of each other. We're going to stick with that pattern. So the left one is always going to go on top of the right one. Now remember, my camera shows it a different way, but I'm always going left to right. So now see how bringing that down covers that little pipe cleaner? Now that's exactly where I wanted. So guess what's going to happen? So I'm going to put some glue there, and I'm going to put quite a bit, if you can see, because we don't want it to move. If my glue gun ever decides to... There we go. What is going on here? There we go. We're going to push through. Okay, so we're going to keep that just like that, and then we're going to keep going. Sorry, I'm getting all these spider webs. Okay, so we did 2 on the outside row. We did 2 on this one. Then we went back in with this one, and then we're just gonna go straight across. And you're gonna put this on top, and then tuck it under once you get this on. I know it's hard to see right now, and I apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so you flip it over, pull it down, and you'll know when you don't want to yank it too hard because you don't want to rip your thing off. So once this happens, see how that one is covered. This one is covered, and now we'll just keep going. So 1, 2. This one, and we can always adjust them after. Okay, I like to pull them down to adjust, to make sure that I'm getting them in there right. Okay. Now I will hot glue this row after. We're not touching this one because once another one goes on top, this one's not going to even move. So we're going to go to this one next. Yep. You just want to always make sure. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the next one would be this one. And this just takes a lot of patience. Like I said, you gotta cut 75 pieces. Some, like I said, might want more, some might want less. It does become a heavy piece, so just so you know about that. But see how it's doing its little pleats? It's so cute when it's done. You'll see how this one just keeps going up. I might put glue on that one. And sometimes I'll put the glue underneath and just hold it down because this is thicker burlap than the loose weave. This is not loose weave burlap. The loose reef has the thicker holes. Just chuck that. Pull that down. See, I'm not even bothering right now because we still have so much more to put on. So we're going to go to this row now. And you always want the bigger, see how this one is? This one's smaller up top and this is bigger. You always want the bigger size on the bottom because the top part is going to get covered and you want the bigger size to hide that pipe cleaner. And you're not cutting them right at the bottom of the, when you tie it off. So now this one on the side, we're going here. Pull that over, make sure it's on, make sure this is on top of your last one, and we're going to pull down. Now I'm just going to turn it towards me so I can see. Okay. Now I like all of these. Wait, why is this on top? This one's supposed to be on top. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue on here so it doesn't move anymore. Because that's where we wanted. Why are you not working? I'm going to have to plug my other glue gun in. Oh! Okay, it's working now. I just got all over my pants, but that's alright. I think that's where I want it. Oh my god, that hurts. Oh, that burns. Hold on. Whew, oh my gosh, that was crazy. I never had that happen to me in my entire life. Burn a hole in my leg. Okay, so since we ended here, now we're going to put the one on the outside. And the only one I hot glued was this one down here to hold it in place. Now we're going to put our second one because we have one on the bottom. Well, this is going to be our second one. And this one will probably glue. I was wondering why when I pulled the glue stick out, it was just the head of a glue stick. It wasn't even pushing through. Probably because I haven't used it in forever. Okay, so now we're going to glue this one. When you glue the outside ones down, you want to make sure that you're placing them, because you want this to be the side of your petal. You don't want it to be backwards, okay? So now I'm just going to put some glue over this. I'm actually going to, I left a little bit of a head there so I can put that on. And let's see if this bad boy's working now. Yep. Now he's working. Now he's not. Alright, I'm going to have to plug my other one in. It's a waste. So now I just got to fix this. Where's this one? Okay, so there we go. What is this petal? That's the one behind. Okay, so there we go. Alright. Trying to get this one to move. There we go. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I was just fixing it. See, because we don't want this to show like that. So that's because that's sideways. There we go. Okay, now this is going to get some right here. Now it's taking it. Okay, we're just going to put that. You're not going to push it all the way down because you don't want it to get seeping through your burlap. Oh, I forgot about all these over here. Okay, just holding that down. Alright, so now we're going to be on to the next one. Oh, these slimes. Okay, so next we're going to go right on top of it. Start all over. So you really work your way this way and then this way and back and all that stuff. I mean, you don't have to do it like that. You can have your ruffles all go in one uniform direction. Okay, so we just pull this one down. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there so it doesn't move. Put one on top. Now your end ones are going to have more than your center ones. Your end ones should have 7. Your inside ones should have, your outside ones should have 8. Your inside ones should have 7. But we shall see. Just because your outside one is it's kind of weird, the outside, because I don't even know why. It's because this part right here is wider than all of these ones. So you have to cover it a little bit more, a little bit better. So that one I left cut, and I'm just gonna pull that down. Add some glue. Yeah, here we go. I think because I let it sit, I had it on and I let it sit for too long. Okay, so next one. Oh, that's a perfect one. I'm going to start in the inside row. And all I'm doing is just twisting. Twisting and pulling down. And that's what we're going to keep doing for the rest of them. Just putting it on and twisting. Now you can add more if you want more of a fullness. I get these pretty tight on top of each other, so I really don't need too much more. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there so it doesn't move. There she goes. She's working now. I think I let it sit too long, like I said. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, some of yours has more than the other. It doesn't matter. It's all ruffles. Okay, so I'm just going to pick it up, pull it down. You want it to just cover that the white, 1, 2, 3, pipe cleaner, Chanel stem, whatever you call them. And whatever you do, you can do your own design. You can use more than one color. Okay. Pull that down, pull that down. And this is why it takes so many petals, is because you want to cover that pipe cleaner. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to stay with you and do this whole thing. I might zoom. I might make it a faster speed once we get the hang of it. So see how that's coming along? You got all your pleats. Look how pretty. Okay, we're on this second one right here. Zip ties will not work doing this. I mean, they will work, but won't work. Okay, now I'm going to add a little glue to this one. Let's keep her there. I'm going to put some on the bottom, some on the top. Perfect. Then we're going to do the outside. Like I said, it's just going to be a repetitive thing. Leave a little bit on the end. Pull it down. Wrap this one around. That's the only one I wrap them around is the end one. I don't know why. I don't know. I just do it. Okay, now that's how she's looking. Looking nice and full so far. You can just keep pulling down where you need to. Flip it back over. Oh, I got these up here. I keep forgetting. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and I have 4 on this side and I only have 3 on this side. So now since we have 4 in this one, no, we'll keep it the same. We'll do this one. It's all by your fullness. Like I said, and I don't know what the coverage will be with the loose burlap. So I am using a tight weave burlap. Where is it stuck here? Oh, it's got that little piece there. It's like, why are you stuck there, little sir? You know? Put our glue. Put our glue. And it doesn't take very long to dry. Okay. Just use these ones. Okay. And you can always get rid of the strings after. Okay. It's going to go on top of that one. I'm going to keep going. So I'll let you all know how much of what to put where. Okay, I'm gonna put glue because I don't like the way this one is moving. Okay. Keeping it going. And it doesn't matter if they're uneven because once we put all these in, it's going to be even. You're going to have a row of beautiful ruffles. Stay down. Nope, you're going behind. There you go. Okay, then I'm going to finish these two, and then I'm going to do it off camera. This way you don't have to, it's not a 25,000 minute video. I'm just going to be doing the same thing over and over again. Making it to the depth that I like it. You might use more, you might use less, like I said. Okay, now we're on this one. If you hear water running, my daughter's taking a bath, and I guess she just finished. Remember, we're going to tie this one around. I want this down. I want this one in. Tie that around. Hot glue. Now this one I'm going to put glue on to keep it down since we're moving along. And then, like I said, I'm going to come back. This is how she's looking. Get that one in there. This is how it's looking so far. Okay, and then I will come back. I will probably do about 2 more rows and then come back. Okay, so I only did 1 row and I stopped here because I am thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my cream over here, but I'm going to keep going with the buffalo check because I want my pumpkin to have the cream on the tops. So it's getting closer to the top here with the leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. So I'm not gonna put anything on this outside one. I'm going to start in this second one. And when I was putting that last row on right before, I did go ahead and use the glue to put some of them down. Okay, so we're going to still go. So remember, I skipped this one for right now because I want to see where my cream is going to end up. Still doing the same old thing. We're still pulling them down as tight as we can get them. Now this one right here, the first one that I put on, I'm going to add some glue right under that, right on top of the pipe cleaner that's underneath it. We're just going to hold it down. Now remember, you don't want to hold it down too hard. You don't want to push down because you don't want that glue to come through your burlap. So we're only going to do the glue on this one just because once this one is settled, all the other ones should fall in place. Just waiting for the glue. Okay. This one down. See, that one just tights up in there. Just adjusting them as we go. Do I have any more over here? Yes, I have 2. On to the next one. Just pull it down. And keep that going. Oh, I have one more here. See, all I'm doing is just putting this and then twisting. I'm going to try to get it as tight as possible onto your frame. Now this one is being a little bother, so I'm going to smother it with some hot glue. Make sure it's all the way down where I want it. That one there. Just keep going. This one in front. I'm thinking this row is going to be the last row of my buffalo check. Let's put this one down. Because now they just start to bounce up because it's getting fuller. Just checking to see. Just checking to see how even it is because I only have 18 pieces. So if I do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, I need pieces for the top. So I might do one more row of the buffalo check. Let's see how many I have. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Go in here. Don't mind that mess in the background. Okay, once you get to where you want it, what's that? And the magic. Okay. Oh man, I don't know what I should do. I'm so torn right now of what I should do with it. I'm torn. Okay, one more. We'll do one more. So we're going to start all the way at the end. And this is going to be definitely our last row. It's so much easier to do than it is to explain. Isn't it? Especially when every piece is different. Okay, then remember, always on the ends you add your hot glue. I just cover the whole piece. I want to make sure it's covering everything. Now we're going to move on to the next one. And I'm just going to do this for the rest, just this one line going across. Okay, so this is what she looks like. Now I'm going to add my cream. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inside ones. I'm not going to do the outside one until last, just because I want to see if I'm going to need it. So I'm going to get some of these up here. And I know this video is a little bit longer than my other ones, but I kind of need it to be because I have to teach you and show you. This is a long process one. This isn't one that I can just show you in a half an hour. I mean, I can if I knew how to do the YouTube stuff right, but okay, now I'm just going to pull that down. And these ones are definitely going to get hot glue, just because they're going to wind up trying to bunch up, and I don't want that. So we're just going to do this one straight across, because if we need one over here, we can always just tuck it under. It's not a big deal. Remember, the petals you want next to it are the ones that you put on top. So each one of these we're going to pull down, and we're going to go. Now some might need one, some might need two, some might need three. It all depends on it. And I'm thinking to myself, I think it's 11 petals that go up and down, not 7 or 8. Okay, so we want this one to open up. Now, and like I said, each one of these are going to get glue. Oh, that one, my finger went right in it. Right in it. Oh. Heat bug shut off. That's what that noise was the entire time. Now it's so quiet. Okay, now I'm just going to keep this one going. Pull it down. And blow. Tuck it in. Oh, why do I keep doing that to myself? I don't know. Keep going. I'm trying to hustle up now, because I know it's a 15-minute video. But you can always fast forward through these parts. I'm not really saying much other than the repetitive stuff. Drop that. Yes, I did. Okay. So now that's how the top row looks, and now we're just going to add the outside. So see, right here, we didn't need one. I'm sorry. Right here, we didn't need one. So we're just going to do the top row and then add our stem. So this one right here, this one is going to go right, like how we started on the bottom. It's going to go right into the first one and then the second one. And this one, this petal right here is going to be not up and down, it's going to be sideways. Oh, no, we're going to have to put one there. see. Let me see if the petal, look at all these spider webs. Well, not spider webs, but bloom webs. Okay, just want to check, pull right there, because remember, we still need to cover that piece. So, she's going to stay there. We're going to get that one in there. And we'll hide, if there's any that are poking through, we will hide it. And I'll show you how. Okay, now the next one we're going to do, why does my camera keep moving? The next one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just keep going this way. But now these ones are going to be up and down, this burlap. You're going to go from the top and underneath. No more the sides. And these ones you're going to wrap around. Okay. And these ones are going to go up and down. I always put it on that dang thing. Excuse me. That one's not going to move, so I'm not going to put glue on that one because it's right on the lip thing. Okay. I'm going to get this one. This one might need one underneath. So I'm going to put one right in here on the, what bar? 1, 2, on the third bar in. Just because I don't like the way the top part is laying over it. It's not covering anything. So what's so easy about them, that's why you don't want to glue the top ones down yet until you can see. Okay, now we'll just pull that one down, flip this one over, and now, yeah, that's a good one now. Turn that. Okay, yep, now this is a glued one. We're going to push it as far over as we can. Okay, I'm thinking the same for this one. This one I'm just going to put right here. We're not going to put one next to the stem. We're just going to put it right down. And we're going to wrap it around the stem part. Just right there. Okay. Go. Now this one, you can always play around with it because remember, we're going to put our stem on top, so it's going to hide all this stuff. Okay, so now I need more. And I will count and tell you how many of what I had. If you want to do the same colors as me, as I did. So the same thing is, I'm going to shove this piece right there to see how we're covering that other white piece. See the white piece right there? We're going to put this one on this stem. Just right on top. And to the bottom. And there should be. So they're in. And that one's perfect. Oop. That one's perfect. It'll cover this bottom one, so we don't need another one. So then we're just going to do this one up and down. Now this top part is all your preference. If you want it to be fuller, if you want the cream to be more, whatever you want. But when you get to the top, you want to tilt those side ones. You don't want a straight up and down one. The middle of the top, you want up and down. Okay, this should be our last one. Or I might add one there, so it's not so bold. Not bold, bald. Now remember, you're doing it from the top ring to whichever vertical ring you're using. Ow. I just clocked my hand. That hurt. Oh, Jesus, did I just pull that off? Dang it, yes I did. Ow, that hurt. Alright, well we're going to add another one there since I pulled it off. I must have cut my piece too short. And now you witness firsthand of why not to cut your pipe cleaners too short when you do it. Okay, fluff it up. Oh yeah, see that one, that spot definitely needs one. And I think, no, I have like 3 left, so that's good. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is just, remember this one is a side, so this one is gonna get tilted, and then this, the one that I just put on it, is going to go on top of it. Okay. So there we go. There's this. That's how it looks right now. Now we're going to add the stem. Now the stem is the easiest part. Oh, if I can find it. Okay. So all we're going to do is, you see how we have these pieces of burlap still down here in the center? That's fine. We're going to take our stem cover, just put it on, see which way you like it. If you like, because there's a little loop, if you like it going to the left, if you like it going to the right, whichever one you would prefer. Let's see, this one. Okay, I'm going to have this one going to my left. So all I'm going to do, I don't know why I always pick that up. I'm going to put it on the edge, the inside edge of the stem. I'm just going to slide it down. And you want to be fast with this because you don't want it to stick to the top like I just did. And I had it stuck to itself. Because, you know, nothing can go right the first time. Because my glue gun fell, so I got all thrown off kilter. Alright, so I'm not letting it close. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the burlap now. Have it go in there. Hopefully it can go around this stuff. I can't believe I did that, but oh well, it happens, right? Okay, now let's go. Just push it down onto that burlap that you want it on. Oh my gosh, my fingers feel so gross because it's all something over here. Okay, just push it down. That's good. Oh my gosh, there's a big old dollop of it. And I used all my wipes. Yes, I did. That's a little bit more of a 3rd-degree burn. Oh, Look, it's just peeling off my fingers. Okay. So now I'm going to stand up. I'm going to lift you up some. This is what it looks like. This is what your pumpkin's going to look like. And you see how we have some of this white? All you're going to do, I'll show you. All you're going to do is you're going to take your glue gun and you're going to very gently hold that over it. You don't want to push it down on top of those just because you do not want, oh, excuse me, you do not want the glue to poke through. So you're just going to do it in any of the spaces that you think need it. Now, I usually do a lot of them because that's just, I don't know. But meanwhile, you can't really see any of them once it's hanging up. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back, and with this wreath being so thick, look how thick it is, you're going to need your screw to be at least that much sticking out. Now, I don't have a hanger on it because we can just hang this right on top of it. And we just adjust it. And there she is. And you can always add raffia, you can add bows, you can add whatever you'd like to it. I should have did red and black so I could keep this in the kitchen. So I'm just taking all the webbing off of it from the glue, because you will have a lot and you don't have to mess with it until the end. But there it goes, you see? Okay, and there it is. She's so cute. Thank you everybody for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.